What's up everybody? Welcome back to Valley Buzzsaw. I'm Jen, and in today's video, I'm bringing you my top 7 painting hacks so you can get professional looking results out of your DIY projects. As many of you know, I ran a successful decorative painting company in a past life. Today, I want to bring all of that knowledge to you so your paint jobs might go just a bit smoother. I asked over on Facebook if there was anything specific that any of you would like to learn, and so many of you weighed in that I have to give a huge, heartfelt thank you. In fact, many of those topics are going to be covered today in this video. So if you like videos like this, don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Click the red subscribe below, then if you choose all in the bell menu, you should be notified every Friday morning when I try to upload a brand new video at 6 a.m. Arizona time. You can also feel free to follow us on all of our social media accounts, and I will leave everything linked in the description below. Now let's jump right into my top 7 painting hacks so you'll get pro-level results out of your DIY projects. A new roller cover right out of the package can sometimes have a bunch of fuzzy lint. That lint can get into and ruin your finish if you don't remove it before loading up the roller with paint. Not to mention, you could scrape those fibers back into the can and ruin your entire gallon. I take a piece of painter's tape and wrap it around the cover with the sticky side down a couple of times over the entire surface to remove as much loose lint and fuzz as I can. You guys have asked to learn how I make vinegar stain, so I'm sharing my process today. To start, you'll need steel wool. I like to use the fine option because it oxidizes faster. You can see the difference here. You've got the fine, medium in the middle, and coarse on the end here. The fibers are thicker and more spread out on the coarse type, thinner and closer together on the fine. In addition to the steel wool, we need an acid to oxidize the metal. I use distilled white vinegar. Once I have my glass jar ready, I grab a clump of the steel wool. I like to fluff it out and separate the fibers some. That ensures vinegar gets into everything more evenly. When I get it into a fluffy ball, I place it inside the jar, then give the center a small divot to catch the vinegar and prevent splashing. I pour in the vinegar, just covering the steel wool. I give it a quick shake and leave it overnight. The next day I came out to the garage to a very interesting scene. Things looked a lot different than normal. Darker, chunkier, just off. But I gave it a go anyway. I wanted to test the strength of the stain over 4 days, but I got a little more than I bargained for on day 1. So this happened and I thought it was something I should share with you guys. This color, this dark, almost chocolate brown color, is something I've never actually seen happen before, and I've done this vinegar stain thing for a while. Actually, I'll show you guys. Sorry about that camera angle there. I've had this container for, oh gosh, months and months and months. Let's hope you can see it there. It's really red, like it should be. And in fact, I've had this for so long that the top is like completely crumbling and falling apart, so I won't touch it, but I don't really know what's going on there, so I'm actually gonna stop here on day 1 of the vinegar stain tutorial and try to figure out what's going on. Maybe it's the type of vinegar I used, although I'm pretty sure I usually use the same thing every time. It could be the type of wood that I've done this on, because I usually do wood like this, and hopefully, as you can see, that's much more red, and that could just be the undertone of the wood, but you can see there's a really nice honey, almost red undertone in this wood too, which is why I used it, because I thought it might really be beneficial for the stain testing. I'm gonna just stop now. I was going to give you guys 4 days in a row, but I think I'm just going to stop and yeah, figure it out. And then I'll come back with a full vinegar stain tutorial at some point in the future. I'm so sorry about that. And yeah, now I get to figure out science. Figure out what went wrong. I don't have a workshop with a dedicated spray paint area complete with ventilation and the ability to close it off from the rest of my space. But I do use spray paint and don't want to get it everywhere, so I set myself up with a spray box. This box from our Bauer shop vac is the perfect size. I cut about 1 inch in from the corners on 2 long and 1 short side to create a flap opening. I can place just about anything inside, spray it evenly, and close the flap, trapping the fine mist and fumes inside the box. However, I do still use this in a highly ventilated area. And because it's so light, I can store it just about anywhere. It would be really easy to wash or just toss a roller cover after each use, but I personally hate waste. To save as much paint as I can, I use my 14-in-1 tool and scrape the sides of the roller cover down and back into my paint tray at the end of every job. You'll be surprised just how much comes out to use again. Then I tip the tray up on a corner and use my brush to move the paint out of the tray and back into the can. Getting a clean cut on a tape line in a corner is fairly easy. First, you want to extend the tail of the tape a few inches past the end of the trim or wall corner. Use a sharp, clean metal putty knife and burnish the tape down and into the corner. Press firmly and grab the tail of the tape. In a smooth motion, tear the tape away from the corner. Voila! Crisp, clean tape lines. If you can't reach all the way top to bottom to roll, you'll want to leave a wet edge that doesn't fall in a straight horizontal line. In this clip, you can see I did the entire top section first, leaving a very jagged edge at the bottom. Then, when I painted the bottom, I feathered into the top part, only crossing slightly over that edge. That helps to blend the two sections and avoid harsh, visible lines where paint starts and stops. My most requested pro painter hack by far is how to get crisp paint lines using painter's tape when painting more than one color on the walls. You'll start out by painting your wall in the first color. Let it dry completely and tape off your line. Then, instead of going in with your second color, use a very thin coat of the first color on the side of your tape where the second color will be painted. Let it dry but not fully cure. Then paint your second color down to the tape line and pull the tape immediately. As you can see here, any bleed under occurs with the first color to touch the tape. So basically you create a seal for the tape and the crispest line you'll ever see. This works for trim too. Instead of paint, use a dead flat varnish in the same base as your final paint finish, either water or oil. I love this Decorative Painter's Dead Flat from Modern Masters because it dries fairly quickly. Tape your line on top of your trim, run a thin coat of varnish, and let it dry, then go in with your wall color and pull the tape immediately. Well, what do you think? After seeing today's video, is there one painting hack that you plan to use in your DIY projects to get more pro-looking results? Leave me a comment below and let me know, or stop on over to our Instagram and tag us in your pictures because we would love to see what kind of stuff you guys come up with using any or all of these pro painting hacks. Personally, my favorite of all of these is how to cut a clean tape line. But I will say that preventing bleed under, that's not too shabby either. If you found this video either useful or entertaining, or both, you can leave us a comment down below, Feel free to also like and subscribe to the channel, and then hit that bell so that you'll be notified every Friday morning at 6 a.m. Arizona time when I try to upload a brand new video. So that's about it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you guys in the next one. That'll do. No. 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 No! Wait. What? So. Wait. What? Let's jump right in. Woo! Jump in. That's dive. That's not jump. Okay. Professional. No. It's scripted and everything. Why do you ramble? Why do you ramble? Why do you ramble on and 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 on? And that's the winner. Good enough. Yep, that'll do.